So, earlier, we discussed about matter. No? So, what are matters or matter? Right? So, matter is anything or everything around us, okay, that has space, okay, it takes up space and has always a mass. So according to the physical properties of matter, namely, it may contain with the physical properties, according to how to separate those mixture. But before that, okay, we have to learn first between elements, compound, and mixture. So how can you determine whether something is an element or not? So elements, okay, the simplest form of matter that can be determined into different blocks of elements on Earth. So they are listed in a periodic table of elements. Okay. So what are elements? Elements can be pure substance made of only one type of particle. Like copper wire only has copper atoms. Can be separated into simple substances by chemical or physical means. That's basically an example of an element. Okay? So therefore, copper wire is made up of copper element. What is that copper wire for? Okay, we use it as essential materials for our electrical wirings. Because copper wire, okay, can easily conduct heat and electricity. It's a good conducting materials. Got it? So, therefore, elements each has a unique set of properties. Right? So characteristic like it can be for physical or chemical properties, as you can see. So there is a melting point, reactivity, density, flammability. So these are classified by their properties like metals, non-metals, or metalloid. So each element has a very unique property which is intended for different uses or purposes. Okay? So therefore, those components of elements are grouped into metals, non-metals, and metalloids. Right? So this develops the concept mapping by adding information about metals and non-metals or metalloids. So metals usually shiny, good conductors, malleable, ductile, like for example gold, silver, and copper. Okay? Then another one, non-metals are usually dull or no shiny or not shiny. Poor conductors. At room temperature, only few are solid and are brittle. Most are usually gases. Like what? Hydrogen, oxygen, helium, and other gases. What about metalloids? How to recognize that it is metalloid? Okay, one characteristic of metals and non-metals, but they are basically semiconductor. Okay? When I talk about semiconductor, not too high when it comes to heat and light or electrical transfer. It's very low. Okay? Semiconductor. Like for example, the silicon, the germanium, and so on. So these are the metalloids. They are considered as special type of elements. Okay? So the placement of the periodic table to classify the elements are those things. All of those are elements. Pure substances. One particle of atoms must be fit or compatible in each element. That is why they are always being separated in each block. Okay? How about compounds? What is compound? A compound, okay, are composed of two or more elements because we can name them as compound. Okay, so how are they different from each other? So they are often found in nature more than often than pure elements. Okay? So elements are chemically bonded to each other. For example, if we mix magnesium and oxygen, we make that with magnesium oxide. Pure substances occur in fixed ratios by mass. Cannot be represented by physical means. Okay? Always put that one in your mind that when we name compounds, these are composed of two or more elements. For example, water. Okay? How water are formed? How water are formed? Mixing hydrogen and two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. So that's how compounds, okay, by naming water, okay, as a compound. How about carbon dioxide? Okay, mixing between carbon and oxygen. So one atom of carbon and two atoms of oxygen. That is why we write those things as CO2, carbon dioxide gas. How about sodium chloride? Okay, so the compound of sodium chloride or salt are written like this. Na for sodium, Cl for chlorine. So that is why it's written with Na and Cl. Right? So that is why sodium chloride. Okay? So that's the way how we name compound. So there are basic classification of matter. Matter can be pure substance or mixture. Under pure substance, it can be compounded elements. Okay? And under mixture, it can be heterogeneous mixture and homogeneous mixture. I already explained this to you earlier between the difference of compounds and elements. Then, for heterogeneous and homogeneous mixture, this is the real materials that we often see in our daily life activities. How to distinguish between heterogeneous and homogeneous mixture. So, let's now focus about mixtures. Mixtures are two or more substances that are not chemically bonded. So there are different parts to keep their own properties. Example, like for example here, pizza, granite, Kool-Aid, brass, yellow, arts do not occur in a definite ratio. Compare the two pepperoni pizzas in here. Okay, so this one. So, what are the different types of mixtures or technique? What are those techniques that we can apply? One, distillation, okay, steam distillation, simple distillation, filtration, crystallization, evaporation, magnet centrifuge, okay? There are so many things. Chromatography, Those are the mixtures, no? Separating technique when it comes to mixtures. So, let's try to cite few basic examples. What mixtures are? Since we understand already about matter. Matter composed of solid, liquid, and gas. No? And each of those have different particle arrangement. It can be heterogeneous, no? To say the different pieces, or homogeneous with uniform appearance. No? With uniform appearance. Homogeneous mixture are called solutions. No? Even we mixed them up, for example, mixing sugar and water, mixing salt and water, okay? By mixing juice and water, they are homogeneous mixtures because it ended up with the same appearance. Only one color appears. Heterogeneous mixture includes suspension. Okay? So now if there is homogeneous mixture, we also have heterogeneous mixture. Colloids are classified as heterogeneous in some books, okay, and homogeneous in others. Okay? So how can we determine? So as you can see, between solution and suspensions, and of course, the colloid. Solutions don't scatter light, passes through smallest solid particles. Then, what about suspension? In suspension, zero out and standing separate with filter paper. Largest particles size can be seen. Like for example, body water, salad dressing. Suspension means to say it's clearly visible. How about colloid or colloidal? Colloid is a medium particle size that easily pour, like fat, milk, mayo, whipped cream, and so on. So those are colloidal particles. Right? So those are basically how to find out the given solutions, right? And what are those mixtures for? So we shall check. Okay? So I repeat, what is matter? Matter is anything that has mass and takes up space. Matter is made up of atoms, and atom is the smallest unit of matter. An atom can be combined or bound to form molecules. Right? So, always remember the three important vocabularies when it comes to this topic related to matter. Matter, solid, liquid, and gas. Then atoms and molecules. Then, what's the difference between them, between atoms and molecules? Okay, are they the same or not? Then, always remember pure substances. The sample of matter that has definite chemical and physical properties. So, elements, atoms, molecules, and compounds. Okay? Those are belong to pure substances. Okay? And then, elements commonly found in a periodic table of elements or periodic chart. So what is the compound again? Pure substance composed of two or more different elements joined by chemical bonding. So there is an element-specific ratio, chemical formula, only been separated by chemical means. Like for example, H2O, water. NaCl, sodium chloride or salt. CO2, carbon dioxide. Okay? So those are basic examples of a compound. Actually, there are so many examples. Okay? So for example, the glucose. Okay, there is carbon, 6 molecules of carbon, 12 molecules of hydrogen. Okay, 6 molecules of oxygen. So those arrangements, okay, present is considered as glucose compound. Then mixtures. So a mixture is a combination of two or more pure substances that are not chemically combined. So substances held together by the physical forces, not chemical. No chemical change takes place. Each item retains its properties in the mixture. They can be separated physically. Like physical change or chemical change under chemical reactions. Okay. Then when it comes to blast, crushing, okay, the dust, melt, and separate, and so on. So, therefore, let's try to find out if these are elements or compound or mixtures. Everybody, look at here. Name elements, compound, or mixtures. What's your answer? Okay, rocks. Mixture. Copper. Make your answer louder. Element. Jelly beans. Compound. Okay, mixture. This is heterogeneous mixture. Okay. Next, table sugar. Table sugar. Compound. Correct. C12H22O11. This is the form of glucose group. Next one, element, compound, or mixture. Diamond. Diamond is element made of carbon. Next one, tea. Okay. Salt. Okay, it's compound. Neon gas. Element. Neon is an element. Next one. Salad. Mixture? Yes or no? Mixture? Okay. This is heterogeneous mixture. Vegetable salad. Pure water. Pure water. Element, compound, or mixture? Compound, correct. H2O. Okay, next we have aluminum. Okay, it is an element, correct. Lemonade. Okay, mixture, homogeneous mixture. Next one, silver. Okay, this is an element, Ag, argentum. Okay, so this is the Latin name of silver, Ag or argentum. Next one, okay, the sand. Compound, element, or mixture? What do you think? Mixture. Okay, so basically it's mixture. So remember that a sand, okay, may contain some dirt particles, stones, and mud particles. It can be heterogeneous mixture. So this could be types of mixture. Two main categories of homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. Homogeneous mixture means to say molecules are mixed up in an even distribution. While heterogeneous mixture, those molecules are not even mixed up in an even distribution. So usually in heterogeneous mixture, particular in sizes, shapes, and colors are still visible. Okay? Even 2 or 3 or 4, okay, colors are usually visible. But in homogeneous mixture, in one component of substance, even to use, or even mixed with other substances, but in the end, when we mix them together, still, okay, it is usually ended up with even appearance or uniform appearance. Like for example, water and coffee, mixing with sugar and what we call hot water or cold water. Alright? So these are the different types of mixture. Okay guys, do you understand? Alright.